Hi, Evan Pantazi. I was just wondering, I've got another set of katas that I'm working on to break down for the martial arts community in general with Kyusho involved. And I'd like to know which one to put out first. Now, instead of just mentioning it so that you could say, okay, do this one or do that one, I'm going to ask you to put in the comments below your choice for a kata. Name the system, like say, for example, Shorin-ryu, and then the kata Pantazi. Okay, whatever kata you want, whatever system you want, and the one that gets the most comments will probably win. Okay, and I say probably because if there's only one or two comments, then I'm just going to make up my mind and do whatever kata that I see that's going to work for me. So this is your opportunity. Now, in the past, I've broken down the Weichi-ryu katas, as you know. Nahanchi, I built a career on taking it through all various levels of martial training, and I've done many other katas from Wing Chun to Shotokan to Taekwondo to Tai Chi. So name your katas below, or forms or kyuns, whatever you want to call them. Just place them down, and if you're interested in further comment, also put what you're looking to achieve from it. All right, that'll be important because that swings the way a person describes a particular form or style. And I'm looking for it. I've done the Goju system recently with the Tensho and the Seiunshin, and the Seiunshin form is, for me, the epitome of the black tiger, as I've mentioned many times on many videos. And don't get bored with it. Just understand that there's a reason why I keep bringing it up and why I keep mentioning it. And the invaluable information that came from that went to every other aspect of my martial training. And with that in mind, it's really hard to go back to some of the old concepts. Pressure points are long dead, and what I've been able to do is start with the pressure points, because that's what everybody in Kyusho was familiar with, and then slowly wean people off the pressure points into the real anatomical structures that the old masters used to describe and use, and then build it into more of a fighting system as opposed to a demonstrative system. And you know, most of my videotapes are demonstrating, okay, and showing and teaching, and not the fighting abilities. We keep those the fighting concepts more private, okay, closed door, as I've mentioned in other aspects. And there's many levels of the closed door. Okay, there's some things that I won't show on YouTube that you all know that are in my video subscription that anybody can get their hands on just by going to the Kyusho.com website and picking up the platinum subscription. But there's more in the hands-on training, and there's more in the seminars that I do, the open seminars, and then there's also more in the instructor training, and they go in levels, okay? And like anybody, you don't want to just give out all the information at any one particular level. You want to step it so the person proves themselves over time to be a safe, logical instructor that has good habits, and good care for his the people that he works with and shows this to, and then they can increase over time with what they're handed, okay, and what they have an understanding. Now, I have a small group of people that we've been experimenting for 20 years on some very dangerous things and some very bad things for the body, okay, and we of course build it slow and build it light. And we build up over time to see what the body can withstand, how to protect against it, what are the ramifications for long-term prognosis or long-term symptoms. We learn to mitigate them right away, and it's a long process, okay, and it's only given to a handful of trusted people, okay, and they're not going to be instructing anytime soon in the public, so it's okay to work with these guys. And again, 20 years track record with them. I've been working with them every month. I work with them one session. We've had some months where we've had more than one session, but we haven't missed. I think we've missed actually. Shouldn't say that. Probably about 5 times in 20 years. All right. So this is such a consistent basis. It's where we do all our practice and see where we can push the limits on the Kyusho. So anyway, put your comments below on what form you really want me to go into. I personally am doing a film on Hangetsu pretty soon, and I'm going to be filming that in February in Prague. I'm going to be doing that. I'm also filming the Prague sessions, and we're going to be working with other forms in the meantime, because the Hangetsu is all set. I have 2 tegumis. One is pure tuite, where I can take it from the beginning of the kata to the end of the kata in the steps exactly of the kata, and grab onto one person and hang on to that one person, transitioning from tuite lock or joint lock to joint lock, all the way through to the end of the form. And I also have a tegumi for attack defense possibilities. And again, we start from the beginning of the kata and we work it all the way through with one person, with give and take of offense-defense actions, and manipulate that individual all the way through to the end. And that's what I'd like to do with another form. I've done it with so many in the past. There is one form I'm going to continue to work with, the Seiunshin, because I don't think I've uncovered everything. And as a matter of fact, I don't think I've uncovered everything in any kata I work with, even the basic Sanshin. But everything that I wanted to explore in that kata, because it keeps teaching me. And I'm going to come up with another tegumi. Again, I've done the Seiuchin, I did the tuites, I've done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 separate tegumis that have bits and pieces that you can get the flavor of the kata on it. And now I'm going to work it from beginning to end, so you can go through the whole kata as you practice, and in your mind, even if you don't have someone in tow, all right, that you've grabbed or you are striking or are defending against and protecting against at the same time you're attacking, right from the beginning to the end. So every action in the kata is embedded in your brain, and you've actually practiced with the human being, so it's in your hands as well. And that's what the old masters, I believe, used to do. They'd take people, they'd train with those people, they'd either do an extended tegumi type of an action and get that embedded in their mind, the feeling of hitting a person or pushing a person or tearing some tissue. Get that feeling in their hands, and as they went solo through the kata, they still had that memory, that muscle memory and that tactile memory in their hands and in their mind and in their spirit and body. So if they were unfortunate enough not to train with someone for a long period of time, the information would still be at their hands. Okay, of course not as sharp as working with another person, but when you don't have another person to work with, that's what the katas were for. The solo practice, to get the skills down and to get that feeling, keep that feeling in your hands, your mind, and your body. All right, so again, put your kata below, the style it came from, the kata you would like broken down, and maybe even what ultimate goal you have for seeing that type of a film.